Hey everybody, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and I thought I'd do another Irish bread. This is called Treacle Bread. Unfortunately, I've got to make a few modifications, but we'll get started, and I'll talk about the modifications on the way. Oh, by the way, this will be gluten-free. As good bakers do, what do? We prep our pan. We get our oven going. My oven's going, time to prep the pan. First thing we'll do, give it a little bit of a spray. Then I'm going to make a little bit of a sling with this parchment paper. And as I've been doing lately with my baking, just got to give this a crease so we don't have flaps sticking straight up in the air. Our pan's ready. Okay, let's get started with the dry ingredients. I've got 12 ounces by weight of oat flour. That's about 2.5 cups. Baking powder. I've got a tablespoon of baking powder. That's going to go in there. Pinch of salt. And let's give it some flavor. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm thinking 2 Star Anise pods. And let's say about 10-15 allspice berries. Let me grind this up now. Okay, here we go. Nicely ground. That'll go in there. Let's give this a mix. You want to get that baking powder mixed well in. That way it'll rise evenly. Let's go on to our wet ingredients. So I'm going to be adding a lot more liquid than a normal treacle bread. Normal treacle bread, traditional, is going to be more like a, shall I say, a actual dough. And this is going to be more of a batter. So I've got 12 ounces of milk. 2 eggs. Now the eggs, of course, are not traditional, but since I'm going gluten-free, I need a little bit more protein structure, and I'm going to get that from the eggs. And the star of the show, unfortunately, I cannot get treacle here in the States, or at least in Colorado, so I'm substituting molasses. I've got about an ounce of molasses here. Let's give that a mix. You can already see the color that the bread's going to have in the molasses there. Okay, now let's mix the wet stuff on the dry stuff. And I'm going to switch over to a spatula. And let's make our batter. Okay, final ingredient. I've got about a half cup of raisins. Let's get this in the pan. And now this is ready to go in the oven. Oh, by the way, the oven's set at 350 degrees. Now, set the timer for 50 minutes. Okay, 50 minutes is up. 50 that is. Time to let this cool for 10 minutes, then we're going to depan. Okay, 10 minutes is up. Let's depan. Got a little butter knife. I'm just going to run it along the outside of the bread, between the pan. Just kind of want to separate it and make sure that it doesn't stick. And now the beauty of this little sling I made. We'll just lift it up and hopefully it'll come out in one piece. Pretty good. Now, traditional treacle bread, I'm going to stick to this tradition. Works really well. It should cool in a towel. And since it's St. Patrick's Day coming up, my Irish Blessings tea towel. So I'm going to move it here and take it off of the parchment paper and then just wrap it in the towel. And we'll let it cool the rest of the way. Okay, the treacle bread has cooled as much as I could stand to let it cool. There we go. The tea towel has done its job. Let's cut into this. There we go. Beautiful. To serve it, how about a little Irish butter? Those of you who know the brand, know the brand. There we go. Yes, it's not traditional, but it's still pretty good. I had to make it more of a quick bread than an actual loaf bread because, so what little protein structures in the wheat flour cannot stand up to its own weight. So I made it more of a quick bread. So enjoy. I'll see you next week.